Hello, dear children and parents. Today, let's listen together to a very long story. A story as gentle as the countryside breeze. A story about friendship, patience, and love. Children, please lie down comfortably, close your eyes for a moment, and let's step into the peaceful, sunny farm together. Long, long ago, on the edge of a small village, there was a large farm called Sunny Farm. The farm lay between vast green fields stretching all the way to the horizon. Whenever the wind blew, the grass and trees gently swayed as if whispering stories from long ago. Sunny Farm was never noisy. Mornings began with the distant crowing of roosters. At noon, insects chirped softly. At night, the moon hung in the sky, shining down on the old wooden house. And in that peaceful place lived a small dog named Milo. Few knew that Milo had once been a lost puppy. Many years earlier, on a cold, rainy afternoon, the farmer of Sunny Farm found Milo trembling beneath a roadside tree. He was soaked, hungry, and frightened. The farmer lifted Milo up, dried his tiny fur, and whispered, "Come home with me." From that moment on, Sunny Farm became Milo's only home. Milo grew up on the farm. He was not big or fierce, but he was quick, gentle, and very smart. Every morning, when the sun had just risen above the distant hills, Milo was already awake. He ran one full round around the farm. He visited the chicken coop so the hens could lay their eggs in peace. He went to the pasture to check on the dairy cows. He looked down at the pond to make sure the ducks were safe. Only when everything was in order did Milo rest beneath the old apple tree in the yard. The chicken coop was the first place Milo visited each day. The hens were shy, but whenever they saw Milo, they felt calm and safe. Out in the distant field, there was a little calf who often wandered off. Milo never scolded him. He simply ran gently around the calf, patiently guiding him back the right way. Down by the pond, the ducklings were sometimes sad because they swam more slowly than the others. Milo sat quietly by the water, watching them practice, an encouragement without words. Milo understood that everyone feels weak sometimes. At noon, the animals gathered beneath the old apple tree. The gray cat slept lazily on a low branch. The ducks waddled around nearby, and Milo lay still, listening. Milo didn't need to speak much, just being there made everyone feel safe. One day, the farmer happily announced, "At the end of this month, Sunny Farm will hold a farm festival." The whole farm became lively at once. The chickens practiced crowing louder. The ducks trained to swim faster. Every morning, the rooster crowed louder and prouder, as if showing off his voice. The ducklings swam all afternoon, flapping their wings in rhythm. The dairy cows were carefully cared for, eating fresh grass and resting more so they could give the sweetest milk. But Milo, the little dog, prepared nothing for himself. He quietly observed, he ran around the farm a little more, he listened more carefully, and he noticed every small change at Sunny Farm. Milo knew that when everyone was busy and excited, surprises were most likely to happen. One afternoon, while the sun was still high, the sky suddenly changed. The wind grew stronger, gray clouds rolled in, blocking the familiar sunlight. Then crash! The fence around the vegetable garden was blown down by the wind. Carrots, greens, and young plants growing day by day were suddenly exposed. The chickens squawked in panic. The ducklings scattered toward the pond. The cow stood frozen, eyes wide with worry, but not Milo. He stood firm on the grass, his eyes bright with focus. He didn't bark wildly. He didn't run in circles. Milo ran quickly to the chicken coop, barking short and clear. Then he ran to the pond, calling the ducks one by one. Finally, he went to the pasture, signaling the cows to come closer to the fence. Without a word, the animals understood what Milo was doing. The chickens brought dry straw. The ducks carried small branches. The cows used their strength to hold the leaning fence. Little by little, the fence was rebuilt. When the strongest gusts passed, the vegetable garden was still there. Sunny Farm was safe. The next morning, the sun rose again, as if the storm had never come. The farm festival officially began. Small flags were hung everywhere. The smell of cakes and fresh milk filled the air. Laughter echoed from early morning. The roosters competed in crowing, their voices reaching across the fields. The ducklings raced in the pond, water sparkling in the sunlight. The cows were praised for their sweet, fresh milk. And Milo? Milo did not stand in the center. He walked around quietly, helping here and there. When a duckling grew tired, Milo stood beside him. When a chicken became frightened by the noise, Milo lay down nearby. Milo's joy was seeing everyone happy. As the sun began to set, the farmer called Milo over, gently stroked his head, and said warmly, "You don't need to stand at the highest place. You are already standing in the most important one." After the festival, the rainy season arrived at Sunny Farm. Rain fell steadily on the wooden roof. The dirt road became slippery. The pond rose higher than usual. On stormy nights, Milo did not sleep. He walked around the farm, listening to every sound. The wind through the fence, the rushing water in the ditches. When the chicken coop in the low area began to flood, Milo ran to alert the farmer in time. Thanks to him, no animal was harmed. That night, when the rain finally eased, Milo lay down by the porch. His fur was wet, but his heart felt peaceful. Another morning, Milo noticed a strange dog standing at the edge of the farm. The dog was thin, muddy, and afraid. The rainy season passed. The planting season began. The farmer sowed small seeds into the soil. Milo sat by the field, quietly watching. The seeds did not sprout right away, but Milo was not impatient. He had learned that good things take time. Just like Milo, just like Sunny Farm. The other animals were worried, but Milo was not. He stepped closer, lowered his body, and gently wagged his tail, just like long ago when Milo himself had been a frightened puppy carried home by the farmer. The stray dog slowly calmed down. That night, he was allowed to stay at Sunny Farm. Milo shared a warm corner of straw with him. Sunny Farm gained a new friend. One peaceful evening, the moon hung high in the sky. Milo lay beneath the familiar old apple tree, surrounded by his dear friends. No one spoke, yet everyone felt warm inside. Milo gently closed his eyes. Tomorrow, when the sun rises, he will begin another round of running, not because of duty, but because of love. Thank you for listening to the story all the way to the end. If you enjoy gentle and meaningful stories like this, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you won't miss the next stories. See you again in the next story.